can go to my website at lorendew.com. There you can get our books, you can get all our information. We're about a minute away from bringing Blog Talk Radio on. And hey, this is not one of those sexy programs that's on the scope. Now, some folks, they're going to say I look sexy. I've already heard that foolishness. But that's okay, because each one has a different perception of things, people, places, and things. So, hey, if I look sexy to folks, that's okay. That's their choice. They'll have to deal with that as best they can. But for you and I, we're going to delve into this whole thing of Orlando. Who else hates self and Americans or America? You can make it singular or you can make it plural, meaning they hate the whole country or they hate people that are in the country. You could have put the S in brackets and it had two different meanings. Well, American and Americans. Bottom line, there's a lot going on, and so we're just going to delve in. All right, here we go. We've got the Blog Talk Radio coming live. There it is. Okay, let's pray. Father, we thank you for tonight's program. We thank you that we will not be here long unless you send someone to talk with us, to fellowship with us, to communicate. Otherwise, we're going to say what we got to say and make our points and pray that somebody is touched. We thank God for the ones that have requested the books. Pray that they are touched and blessed and empowered to change and then transform, completely renewed for your glory. We thank you, we bless you, and we give you honor, praise in Jesus' name, amen. All right, we are here on Friday night. We know everybody is every which way they can be, those who can, and this is the night that many try to claim it's the devil's night. I think last Saturday was the devil's night, quite frankly, when he entered into that young man and caused him to fulfill a desire of his, meaning the devil, kill as many as he could at one time. And yet the record was not broken, Satan, because the massacre that was more than that was a massacre of black people, Afro-Americans. Back then they were truly more African than we are now, here in the land, and they were trying to vote, and the white men, Anglo men, the European men, proceeded to kill 300 of them, and at one time. So 50 is not the record. I really don't want to see the record broken, but let's put it this way. If I know the devil, he's going to do whatever he can to break the record. So that's a whole other story. But we know that Orlando on last Saturday was the work of the devil. It was not God. Judgment hasn't, the wrath of God hasn't started to fall yet. It will not fall until the church is taken out of the earth. The church will be removed from the earth to be with Jesus at the appointed time, space, and place. But until then, it's here, we're here, it's in us, and the devil can only do what he's permitted by God the Father, by the Holy Spirit, that moves in the earth, and the prayers of the saints that avail much. And your prayers are important if you pray. hoping that if you don't pray, you know somebody that's praying. Get on somebody's prayer list, because I believe we're going to all need it as time keeps moving forward. It's not going back. Orlando, who else hates self and America and Americans? We could have put it that way. Made it not clear, but the fact that we said America in one place and then we said Americans, we can separate. You have the whole country that just hate everything and everything about it, even being here. And then on the other hand, they hate individuals. They hate all the individuals, they just hate certain ones. But they hate. Driven by hate, driven by anger, driven by lust, driven by a lack of self-esteem, driven by a need to make a name, wanting to have, not going to get any fortune, because they're going to be dead, but they will get fame or infamy, as is said. And as just as I see us here with these programs in a place of infamy, because we're not getting people to consistently come and join our conversation. So you want to go from being a place of infamy to being famous. Not from the standpoint of wanting to have more than God, by no means, but from the standpoint of having an audience, having those who will participate. Hey, there's my lovely wife. Got one person. And so that is okay, because see, what I know about YouTube, that's you guys over here, and what I know about Blog Talk Radio, and what I know about MIXLR, people do listen to these later on through an iPad, an iPhone, through a podcast of some sort. So I know that somebody's going to hear this, but the desire of anyone who is hosting and entertaining and ministering, see, it's a combination. It's not just ministering, but entertaining and making it so that it's palatable to have the discussion, wants to have people. That's a natural, it's a given. And so the key then is to keep pressing forward, keep sharing, keep finding provocative subjects. Orlando, who else hates self and Americans? And that might be even too sophisticated for a Friday night with folks drunk and high. Now we know they're drunk and high all through the week, especially if you live in Colorado. But on a Friday night, something that sophisticated, it's like, what's he talking about? Hates self. But people that are haters of themselves are unfortunately very, very sad people. Typically very depressed people. Typically people who have very, very low self-esteem, obviously. People who their evaluation of themselves and life and on is extremely low. They would probably just soon be dead. They could be lived at the same time, but they can't, because once you're dead, you are dead. Trite. Okay, so here we are looking at Orlando, who else hates self? Self-haters. Now, many of the people that abuse, especially females, and probably some men too, tend to cut themselves, finding ways to do harm to self because of self-hatred. The extreme of that are the people that go up to San Francisco and try to jump off the bridge without paying the bridge tax. That's supposed to be funny. Not funny. But the point is, you got people that jump off the bridge and they hate themselves. And what it is they hate, more than likely, is this flesh. Because, see, when you finally learn that no good thing is in the flesh, it's like, wow, I gotta guard myself. But see, when you finally learn that, you probably have figured out or learned that the real you is your spirit. And if your spirit isn't in charge of you, remember, these words are really geared towards getting people who backslidden to get back. Getting people who maybe don't even know to come this way. Getting people who become discouraged to become undiscouraged. To stop being discouraged because you could be gone. Twinkling of an eye, gone. Wake up in the morning and before 8 o'clock, the guy from the morgue is out to pick you up. I think he's called the coroner. So you got to stop being all these things that bring about self-hate, self-doubt, worthlessness, uselessness, and on and on. But it's real. It is real. And that's why you have people like what we had last Saturday, the young man, easily to be swayed by the devil. I don't know if he heard voices. I don't know if he was programmed by someone. I don't know all those things. I suspect a lot of things will come out. Maybe they won't. Bottom line, the young man, though, got some direction somehow and came to a conclusion that life just isn't what it's cracked up to be for him, and time to move on. Because you got to know, if you do that much killing, that they're not going to let you live, more than likely. Of course, that's up to conjecture, because why did it take 30 minutes for the police to get there? The question is, were they trying to make sure enough people got killed, or they were lost, or the club was way, way out someplace? 30 minutes? I don't comprehend. And I know I've been to Orlando, called them to task, some of their boards, call some of these people, put some muzzles on their mouths to stop saying some of the awful things they've said. Hey, this is Dr. Loren from Joy Christian Center. I'm a minister, and yes, I can say things about a minister if I want. It's a general statement. There's a certain, I think, protocol that ought to be, and I think that I don't care what denomination you are, I don't care what background you're, I don't care all that. You're a minister, you're supposed to be a servant, and for servants of the Most High God, why would you accuse the one that you're serving of killing a bunch of people? How stupid. Yeah, I said it. How stupid. So there should be a muzzle put on some folks' mouth. And what we need to be doing is calling some prayer meetings, some love meetings, some health meetings, some mental health days, spiritually and naturally. Some things ought to be done that are not being. And understand, all of this has got to be anyway, because Jesus told us, Paul told us, Peter told us, in the last days perilous times would come. They're here. it's going to be more. So don't get too comfortable. But be sure to put the seatbelt on. And you screenshotters, please enjoy taking my picture. I hope I have the right glasses on tonight for you. Okay, so we've talked about hate, self-hate. Now, is it, okay, that's the one side. So the other side is, do they hate, was this guy a hater of America or Americans or both? And then I heard that he was upset that, I guess, we bombed his country. Hey, let's see who that is. 2-inch something or another. Lord have mercy. So, you know, that's a whole other issue. See, these things are not just, you look like Morgan Freeman. Well, thank you. If I had his money, I guess I wouldn't mind, as long as I had the spiritual integrity that I have. But understand that my concern about that is that, well, that's fine, if you think so. And if you're a character drawer, then be sure and draw the right angles, okay? Okay, so hating America and living here. It's like the people up in, I guess, it's in Michigan or wherever they were this week. A bunch of folks from Arabs were talking about death to America. Now, you know, on the one hand, you could say, why didn't the Anglo police go out and shoot them down, like they've shot many black men down? That's a question. You know, why? Matter of fact, why were there not even any police? You didn't see any police around. You know, what's going on? What's really happening in America? What is it that they're not telling you? Telling me? What is being kept back from us? I'll tell you what, whatever it is, it is. But what we that are believers, I believe, should do, we have to keep our focus on the Lord. Cannot become distracted, cannot become paranoid, cannot become even ignored, not ignored, but cannot become irritated with what's happening. Just know it's happening, and the intensity of its insanity will increase. That's the word. You wouldn't say, what do you have to say? Well, that's the word. And just be prepared as we go into these next few weeks with this election and all this divisiveness in the country. So he hates America, hates Americans, individuals, and he hates himself. That's a three-pronged bit of hatred. It's a lot of hatred. So with that much there and not having the love of the Lord in you, it's a mess. And from what I also understand, he was not in any hurry. Of course not. He knew he had time. The devil had set all that up so that he could do what he had to do. Remember when the Lord told Judas, be quick about your, I'm putting my own words, take haste, but get it done. He was getting it done. And that's where the devil is right now. He's realizing like Judas, one of his followers. But now it's him. He's the one that it's on. The onus is on the devil, Lucifer, Satan, the dark angel, the god of the witches, the god of the sorcerers, the god of the warlocks, the god of the clairvoyants, the god of the psychics, all of that. Just hate. I hate everybody and everything. So that's the crux of it all. Now, what does that have to do with exposing and confronting sexual perversion? A lot. There's a lot of people that are messed up like that are also twisted in their spirit about who they are, and they're twisted in their flesh. They're mixed up, they're in pain, they're in anguish, you happen to be the one that listens to this, and that's you, you too can be free. You too can have a peace that passes all understanding. I have peace. My wife has peace. We didn't say we had $1 million. We didn't say we had 10 million. We didn't say we had 100 million. We said we had peace, which is more valuable than $1 million or the 100 million. Because most folks that have money and what have you don't have peace. All the folks that are buying these new homes, these homes that they can barricade themselves in the desert, and the pods they have going in the ground. Just think about it, folks. You get yourself barricaded in one of those things, more than likely you're going to die in it. I really hadn't thought about that. And yeah, I know you can probably live for a year or two, but you're still going to die. And if it gets that bad, when you come out, you won't be able to breathe. I think you will. Anyway, we got people that are just all messed up. But you too can be free. You too. You don't have to hate yourself. You don't have to hate Americans. You don't have to hate America. You know, your enemy is within you. How? The spirit of the devil. Yeah, he's got a spirit. He can only be one place, but he's got demons that are assigned to different ones. And if that demon is assigned to you, and you've allowed that demon to take control. And hey, I hate really talking about demons. Folks say he's a demon chaser. No, I'm not chasing, not a demon. They come towards me and we cast them out. Don't chase them. But you got a demon. They have demons. And so you need to be free. You too can be free. You can be set free from the bondage, self-hatred, bondage, hatred of America, bondage, hatred of Americans. Self-hatred is a terrible thing to be locked up in your own body. You're in jail. You're in prison. You're like OJ. That should make you feel good. Black Madoff, is that his name? Guy got $1 billion. He's sitting in jail, and when he gets out, there's still some money hidden away. They didn't get all of his money. I don't believe. But what good is it by that time? Point is, you're in prison, in your body. And wherever you go, the prison goes with you. Different than the people that are in prison and they can't go anywhere but where they are. You can go where you want to go, but when you get where you're going, you're still in prison. Still in bondage, still in captivity. You too can be free. Okay, we'll continue doing those programs. We're going to let everybody know we don't see any hands raised. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. Horse is already dead. And those that receive it, hey, the call number is 760-951-9484. And you've been calling. Folks have been calling and hanging up, so that's okay. When you get the courage, when you get the guts, when you have the fortitude, you want to talk and you want to be free, you want to have peace, we're here to work with you in love to bring you out. And the last person that just requested this book, here it is, folks. Take a picture of that, screenshotters. That's the book. You get this book when you do the survey, or like someone sent in, they wrote almost a book of their life. Boy, it's beautiful. Hey, it's confidential. You don't know what I'm talking about. And guess what? It's also cleansing. It's good to know where you are, to know who you are, where you are. This program is based on this book. If you want it, go to lorendu.com. That's Joy Christian Center. Go to lorendu.com, and when you get there, go ahead and go to Dr. Do Books and order your book. You want both of these. They're $15. If you want to get some essential oils, we have essential oils. How do you smell? We put that out there. A lot of folks can't even don't even use deodorant. Can't handle all that stuff. How to go? Because that's part of what we do, what we are. You want to be healthy, get some longevity. Get the 90 nutrients that your body is missing. My body was missing it, it's got them now. Most of our bodies are missing the nutrients because the food is being stripped. They are purposely going to eliminate a few million people. Are you going to be one of them? Or are you going to, prematurely go through? And God knows, He knows what's going on. It's all the plan. The earth's going to be burned up anyway. Okay. Yeah, this earth is going. That's why it's getting hot and hotter. Okay. There we go. They had to let us go on. Oh, we're back. Now they got us moving. Maybe you can still hear us. I don't know. Anyway, those on YouTube, be blessed. Have an incredible Father's Day weekend. And we will be back on Monday with Brother Shannon at 8 o'clock in the evening. And then we'll be back Tuesday at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock on Wednesday and Thursday with Prophetic Prayer and Conversations with you. And then Tuesday through Friday night, most of those nights will be here with Exposing and Confronting Sexual Perversion. We'll have some provocative title to talk about. Remember, you can be free. Why suffer when others are being healed? Why die before your time? Expect a miracle or miracles. And know that pain is not for life. Okay, we're going to call it quits for a Friday night. Be safe, be careful. Get to somebody's church or synagogue or home church or church by the beach or church in the woods, but celebrate the living God. Don't go worship no trees and no idols. Okay? All right, God is good all the time. Be blessed.